Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're returning to Ultimate General Gettysburg. In today's video, we're going to be continuing our Let's Play series where we left off from after our last battle. We successfully defended Cemetery Hill and Cemetery Ridge against a night assault on the 1st of July. We're now to the second day's battle of Gettysburg, and we're in control of the Union, and we have the choice to either attack Banner Hill, sort of trying to seize the initiative from the Confederates, or to stay pat on the defensive and follow the historical options for that battle. Basically, if we stay on the defensive, the Confederates dictate where we fight next, and then we kind of follow the historical line of Gettysburg. And that's the situation. This is part 4, I believe it is, of our look at Ultimate General Gettysburg, which came out a couple of years ago by Game Labs, and this was streamed the other day, so I'm going to go ahead and step out. Hope you guys enjoy the video, and I'll catch you guys at the end. We fought the first day of Gettysburg. We held initially along Cemetery Ridge. The Confederates eventually did flank us per history. We retreated through the town with a little bit less destruction than historically occurred. And we now occupy the historical Union positions. We did throw back a hypothetical Confederate assault in the evening of July 1st, attack that hill if practicable. Basically, the Confederates attacked Culp's Hill and were thrown back. We now have two options for July 2nd. We can attack Banner Hill to try and roll back the Confederate right flank, or we can hold our position along Cemetery Ridge and await the Confederate attack on our strong defensive positions. My opinion is defend Cemetery Ridge and fight the Battle of Gettysburg per history. We couldn't hold the rebel advance. Our men are tired and their morale is low, but we still hold the high ground south of town. The rest of our army marched all day to arrive on time, and our units are en route. We should fortify this position and wait for the rebels' next attack. We have good ground, and there is no need to take risks. Should we defend our positions, General? Warning, the enemy make a decision that will force us to fight elsewhere, so we're going to do that. We're going to defend Cemetery Ridge. Confederate flank attack to the left at Devil's Den. So the Confederates decided not to allow us to defend Cemetery Ridge. They decided to flank attack instead. So we have 17,000 troops. The Confederates start with 3,200, but will have 22,000 reinforcements en route. We have 20,000 en route. Wow. We couldn't stop the rebel advance yesterday. Our men are tired. Blah, blah. Your men are holding the extreme left flank of our line near the Devil's Den and Little Round Top. They're perfect defensive positions, but General Sickles has made an unexpected move and shifted his 3rd Corps from Cemetery Ridge to the Peach Orchard without orders. He's now in an extremely exposed position. The decision is yours as to whether you will support him or withdraw his units on Cemetery Ridge, but act with caution. If the enemy attacks, the 5th Corps will be dispatched to reinforce you. Good luck. Alright, so basically, Round Top is here, Big Round Top is here. Sharpshooters de Troberon. We have the historical defensive positions. We're going to bring these guys south. Brook back to and Webb. We're going to bring 4 brigades south to defend Little Round Top. Ward's brigade's already kind of in position there. Big Round Top is also a target. It looks like they're mainly going to go around us. Repelling, you swing south too. Does look like they're going to try and swing wide. We do have some sharpshooters down here though. Fitzhugh's artillery reserve is arriving. You're going to go up here onto Little. Wood's division's moving to our left flank. I'm going to move Ward around to Big Round Top. So some of these troops are going to hit the Peach Orchard and probably drive it back and take it. We're going to move this artillery down here to Little Round Top, which is the key position. Can't really afford to lose. across. You'll move up here. First Brigade swing south. Zook's Brigade swing south. So I'm really stripping forces off Cemetery Ridge to try and hold this kind of advanced and exposed position. More artillery's coming up. Really don't see why I'm gonna... You know what? Screw this. There's literally no reason to hold this position. Sorry, Sickles, but your orders are to obey your original orders. Alright, guys. Fall back into position. You move here. We're going to form a cohesive line. We're going to abandon the Peach Orchard to the Confederates. Go ahead and take it. That's fine. Alright, meanwhile, new fresh troops are coming up from the south. Vincent's brigade. We'll put Tilton as a reserve over here. The other two brigades are going to swing south, or swing west. Really be an about face button. Getting all these troops in position is a fucking nightmare and annoying as fuck. Wait, I thought Vincent was going this way. Alright, they're definitely going to try and flank us over here. Why don't these guys see anything? Most of these guns are shooting. Alright, the Confederates are trying to swing around Big Round Top. Vincent's gonna swing down here. Hall's gonna come up this way. Guns. Repelling, you're gonna stay over. Alright, so we lost the Peach Orchard. That's fine. I just want to make sure we don't lose Big Round Top and Little Round Top. Sharpshooters. Take out those artillery. General Brooks' brigade is on Little Round Top. Burling and Ward are to the south. The Big Round Top, Hall and Schweitzer and Vincent are forming up here in the south. Alright, so a large Confederate force is advancing on Big Round Top. Guns do look like they can see people. Doesn't look like they're shooting at people. These guys are doing a reasonably good job. Anderson's brigade is up there, giving us a little bit of trouble, but so far it doesn't feel like there's a major attack coming against us. Corps commander head that way. General Aries division's arriving to support. Most of my troops were able to get into position without forced marches, so they're all coming in a reasonably good shape. Ward is losing surprisingly heavy casualties for being on the top of Big Round Top. Firing an attack from Seminary Ridge. Anderson's division. Fine. They're probably going to attack our flank. We'll move one battery of artillery up there to the north. Ward is hanging in there. Benning's brigade is being chewed up a bit, I think. Hall's losing more than he's getting. Vincent's doing a good job on the flank there. One more brigade south. Weed, you'll stay up here in the north. It's kind of a reserve because it does look like the enemy's going to attack here. We did drive back Anderson's brigade. See here, the Confederates are pressing, but it's not sort of an all-out offensive yet. The main attack here has been in the south with Benning's brigade, where he's kind of caught in a bit of a pincer, really. Try and get Vincent around his flank. He's in good condition to do it. Burbank, south. Day's brigade, head to the center. Weed to the north. Confederates are relentless. Pender's division is joining the rebel attack. Well, it doesn't really feel like a relentless attack yet. A lot of troops on the map. Not a lot actually being done yet. Fire into Benning's flank. Got a lot of artillery here, but doesn't feel like they've got a ton of infantry in place. Alright, Benning's got troops to his front that outnumber him, and he's got troops that outnumber him on his flank. I can't imagine he's got much left in him. The terrain is kind of saving him at this point from too devastating casualties yet, and our sharpshooters over here have really been kind of playing havoc. 250 casualties inflicted. They've lost about 100 men, so they've lost about a third of their strength. They're getting chewed up, but they're occupying like 5,000 Confederate troops. Alright, Weed, you go north. Owens Brigade is engaging Cross, who's about half his number, but he does have Thompson, so it's a good thing I moved this artillery battery to the north here, I think, to help defend. Advance. You've got really good cover behind this stone wall. I'd like you to be in shooting range. There you go. 80% cover. Car, you move that way. The Excelsior Brigade is firing against Wolford. The only ones that apparently are... Meanwhile, in the south, Benning is continuing to engage against 3 brigades all by himself. This scenario doesn't really feel like it does justice to Little Round Top. Granted, I sort of ahistorically redeployed my forces, but we'll keep day moving. Sometimes I do wish that if my artillery couldn't shoot, that they would move so that they can. Oh, wow. That's a hell of a volley against Perry as his troops almost came into contact. Then a nice volley there from Cross and some close-in artillery fire. Meanwhile, we've got Weed moving up here, almost in range. Perry's brigade was just shattered there. Alright. Shoot at Perry as he retreats. Took the fire off Mahone, who's actually in pretty good cover here in and around these buildings. Goodbye, Perry's brigade. Whoa! Just melting away. It's gotta be on the verge of being totally destroyed. I know the Confederates can hang in there longer than most, but there's a point at which that brigade will be destroyed. Surprised didn't hit it. Had to be close. Alright, casualties feel roughly even at this point. Anderson's brigade's moving up. Some of my troops have lost more than others. The 3rd Corps has not been shattered as it was historically. Benning is still fighting. Hall is pulling back, it looks like. We need a new brigade of troops up here on top of Big Round Top. We'll move Burbank up there. Meanwhile, Vincent's brigade continues to pour fire into the flank of Benning. General Sykes has sent Crawford's division of the 5th Corps to help. There we go. Benning is finally being driven. Or at least pushed back slightly. More rebel artillery is arriving behind Seminary Ridge. Barksdale's trying to charge. The Texas Brigade's trying to charge. Meanwhile, there's more pressure up north here. Move Weed in behind as a reserve. Move up there. Hazlitt's batteries arriving. Benning is still hanging in there. The stubborn bastard. Well, I thought they already had the peach orchard, but in any event, they just officially, successfully secured it. Mahone is dealing Cross a bit of damage here. Cross is 1/2 Mahone's size. They're both in good cover. Benning is the only brigade they're going to bring. They've got artillery over here, but if he's the only brigade they're going to bring against Big Round Top, we might be okay. 420 Weed Brigade. Nice one, Meklasot. Make a Sloth. Alright. Oh, look at all those unison musket loading and firing. Benning's also got to be one of those brigades that's like borderline destroyed here. They'll be gone shortly. All the brigades facing him also have positive kill-to-death ratios. Like he was about to break. Ward's the only one who's suffering up here on top of Big Round Top. Repelling over here is giving better than he's getting. B aims. Low. Huh. Harrow's Brigade's not doing very well. Irish Brigade is getting kind of shot to pieces without doing much. 10-1 casualties against. Battle is over, but it is delayed for now anyway. Pretty even fight at the moment here. Right, Benning is finally being driven back. Doubleday's dispatched Stannard's Brigade. Help us. Meanwhile, the attack on Little Round Top's doesn't seem to be going anywhere. Got 2 brigades of reinforcements on the way. North, Weed's Brigade is totally chill and just reinforcing Cross if he gets pushed back. He has lost quite a bit. Carr's Brigade has been completely ineffectual. We've got another 1,500 troops on Cemetery Ridge in the north here, just chilling. We might have actually lost more casualties than the Confederates. It's kind of hard to tell. Some brigades have had good ratios. Some, like the Irish Brigade, have gotten just butchered to no purpose. Actually, I was at my first ever reenacting event when I was in college, I think it was. Just a small thing. It was sort of like a living history thing. And, you know, it was, I think the reenactor was from the Iron Brigade. And, you know, asked if I knew much about the Iron Brigade, and somehow I mentioned, you know, I'd heard about the Irish Brigade because there was this History Channel series that they did like a look at 4 different battles or whatnot, or 3 different battles during the Civil War. One of them being the wheat field at Gettysburg, one of them being the sunken lane at Antietam. Cold Harbor was on there. It was sort of this, like, you know, they reenact things and show them on TV or whatever and tell the history. And both the sunken lane and the wheat field involved the Irish Brigade. So the Irish Brigade got a lot of sort of press and headlines in this video. And so I mentioned that I heard of them, and he was like, he basically said the Irish Brigade was really good at dying, but the Iron Brigade was a much better brigade, and it was kind of striking. I think that was really the first time I'd ever really heard much about the Iron Brigade. Anyway, you can see there we win the battle. Confederate flank Union left at Devil's Den. A major Union victory. The Confederates lost 4,600 soldiers. We lost 3,400. They took the Peach Orchard, but we held everything else. So basically we modeled history. If we look at losses, Benning's brigade lost 1,000 men. They only put 136 casualties inflicted. That was their disastrous brigade. Barksdale, 700 losses to 121 killed. Anderson, 723 losses to 141 killed. Perry, 594 lost to 64 killed. So they had a few brigades in there that did terribly. Carr's brigade didn't do much better for us. Harrow's brigade, Weed's brigade, or Ward's brigade. Nonetheless, you can see here in terms of the most kills, Vincent's brigade, 449, did the best. So there you go, 20th Maine. And then the rest were all Confederate brigades, interestingly enough, before we get a little bit further down the list. With that being said, it's a victory. All right, that's going to do it, guys, for this episode of Ultimate General Gettysburg. We successfully defended our position in and around, well, we didn't defend the Peach Orchard, but we fell back to the Round Tops and were able to hold there, inflicting heavier losses on the Confederates than we received ourselves. All in all, a major victory on the beginning of July 2nd, and now we have some choices on how we want to handle the rest of the day's fight, but that will be managed in another video. I hope you guys are enjoying this video. I hope you guys are enjoying this series. Leave your thoughts as always, and until next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying thank you for watching, and I'm out.